Looks like you're connected.
Yeah, good morning,
Okay.
everyone. This is Karine Carpino. Welcome to today's edition of Explore Mixed Media.
Hi, I'm Terry Jones. I'll be here too.
Hi there, Lori Williams. I figured I'd pop in and say hello as well. Looking forward to finishing up what we started last week.
Great. So we're all going to finish up the kind of layered paintings that we created, creating a lot of depth in our work. I've actually cut mine up and I finished one and I'm working on a second piece of the same paper. Terry, what's your plan?
Well, my plan is I got it way too frou-frou for me, so I'm going to make it into a Terry, I think. I'm gonna
Okay.
it just isn't I'm not happy with it. So I think I'm gonna put a vase in here and I'm going to tone it down and I'm going to do a lot of glazing with quinacridone nickel enzo gold.
Great.
I think. I'm
And
looking.
I decided to cut up my pieces from last week and I overcut. And so now I have a little square piece. And then another piece that was a rim that looks like a perfect bookmark. So that's what I'm going to work with today.
Okay, well, fabulous.
Okay. That sounds fabulous. So this is the one I was working on part of this last week, and I decided to cut it up and just say, okay, this is my finished one, and my flower is my focal point. And I pushed a lot of the other stuff back. So then I had a piece left, and I'm going to try to do something with this piece today. So we'll see how it goes.
Nice. Yeah. Wow. Those look great, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now, mine's just not me. So I'm going to start with the nickel azo gold background and then I'm going to see what else I'm going to do. So we'll
Okay.
see. I also definitely want to put, so I have some, oh, what are these?
Looks
Lila
like
aqua colors, yeah, aqua colors. So I think I'm going to put a vase in here. So that's the first thing.
oh yeah.
I'm going to end up deciding that there's going to be a vase of some kind in here.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to also work with that. So first I'm going to make the vase and then I'm going to work on the flowers.
Nice.
So
Nice.
we'll see how that works.
Okay. First, I think I'm going to change the color of my flower here. I may change it back, you never know. But my other one is turquoise, and so I'm thinking I want to just do something different. I'm trying to mix up a pretty purple.
Yeah, that was one of my problems. I wasn't seeming to get what I thought was a pretty purple.
Yeah, so I started with, what did I start with? A little bit of medium violet, and I'm adding just a tiny bit of quin magenta to it. And because I want a kind of a reddish purple. Um, Adding a little bit of gesso here, and we'll see what we come up with. And the worst is I don't like it, and I change the color.
Right. That's kind of where I got a little carried away with that though yesterday. So I was
Oh, I think I
trying
do like it.
to. Okay, so I am
Okay,
starting,
I think I might like this.
and I think that I need to,
Let's get a base coat on here first. They're gonna have to be lighter. What do you need, Terry? You said I need.
I need to figure out whether I want these flowers to kind of come down here or not around this vase. I'm not quite sure what, whether I want to straight, I think I'm going to go with a straight vase. I don't know why I'm not going with I don't want to go too curvy. I think I have enough curvy stuff in here.
Uh-huh.
With a straight, kind of a straight vase in here. But I'm just starting to do a little negative painting And I'll probably end up with the color being different. I'm just kind of negative painting a little bit around the vase. And then I think going to negative paint a little up top here so that it looks like it's not going off of the page.
Got it.
Contained a little bit. So we're going
Right.
to do that. But I may put a couple leaves in here like it is not going totally off the page. So that's me. Let's see how that works. It's looking much more how I don't know. It's looking okay. Not quite sure exactly what I'm doing, but I'm liking it much better. It's got a better rhythm.
Good.
What I was looking for.
So I'm liking the violet, so I'm going to keep going with this.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I like
Yeah, I
your
like the contrast with the green.
Well, so I came in here, in case anybody's wondering what I'm up here to over here.
Yes, we are. We
I
are
am.
wondering.
So I took a white marker and just marked around the edges, and then I'm coming back in with some more of the quinacridone magenta and add some depth towards the base of the flowers here. So I'm just like adding accents and stuff, and then I'll just
Yep.
work with it till I'm happy.
Okay, well, see, I'm liking mine a whole lot better now. Just the rhythm of it is.
Yeah.
I really did.
It looks more Terry Jones-ish, and you bring up a really
Yeah, it does.
Right, it does. It does. Before I was
love
looking.
that we have, everybody, they don't, whether you realize it or not, you have your own flair,
Yeah, I
know.
do.
Before it was looking too much like me.
I know, that's exactly what I
And
thought.
not enough like you.
I looked at it this morning and I said, how did I do that? I morphed Corrine.
Right.
Well, we rub off in each other, I guess.
I
Right,
guess.
we were doing that. So I'm just working on, yeah, this looks more like me. And I'm happier with it. I think I was just in some ways, I was not morphing you, but there were parts of this.
No,
that
I know.
Well, I
were-
tell you what, I love your color palette, Terry.
Thank
Those
you.
colors just speak to me.
Yeah, it's a little different color palette. I've been working with the purple and the yellow, which is really different for me, but I was trying to expand my cold wax and oil stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's where the purple and the yellow and I may end up putting some more warmth in this. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put definitely need more something in that.
And now the question is, do I leave that center funky like it is, or do I do something with it?
I don't know. I'm liking the funky center, but I'm
I know
thinking,
I am kind of too.
maybe just a few dots of
Oh
black
yeah.
or gold could really funk up that center nicely.
Oh yeah. I have gold
And
paint and I have a gold paint pen.
yeah, that might really.
Maybe the gold paint pen. Let me find that.
Okay, I'm liking this much better.
Oh,
Now,
good.
I think that what I'm going to do, I don't know whether that blue one that's hanging out in the middle of nowhere, I think I'm just gonna have to. I like this down here coming in, but I don't like this blue one. I don't think. No, I don't think so. Oh, well, why did I make it purple? Sometimes I lose track of what's in my brush. Okay. Okay, so now I got to go back to my yellowier or my whiter.
Something. Yeah, I'm just trying to.
The white, I think I may try to do a little bit of unloose titanium instead of the white or something beige. I have unbleached
A little-
titanium. I want to tone down the light just a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And I think the unbleached titanium will kind of do it for me. I don't need to put, it got a little too yellow. So I'm putting a little bit of,
Okay, so I'm gonna put this mat back on here and decide where I need to go.
oh, what a concept, a mess.
Oh, this is one of those, dirty mats that I just
Yeah, I
used
know,
to
I
work with
always
now.
have one. I don't know if I have, I was just thinking, do I have a dirty mat here? Because I frequently don't, but
Kind of like some of this blue-green that's in here. Let's
it is
see.
pouring down rain here.
Is it
I-
really?
I am so tired of rain. I know I'm in a
Same.
temperate rainforest.
Right
But-
now the sun's out, but it's supposed to rain later. Your stuff must be coming up this
Yeah,
way.
it's coming to you.
We had it last night. Oh, well, we're in a early, our summer came early,
Uh-huh.
so this is it. Usually we don't get this all till June, but it's here.
Here you
Well,
go.
yeah. It's been
So
cold here. I mean, we've had highs of like 69. I'm so tired of the cold.
don't tell me that.
Um,
Yeah, it's been like
But
that.
it's okay. It's supposed to be 84 for the week you're here, Corinne.
That's good. That's good.
83, 84, 87 one day, cold night.
Nice.
It's going to be fine for you. You'll be,
Perfect.
Finally,
huh?
finally, it's been like 50 degrees here.
Yeah,
Really?
it's been the coldest that I've had
So cold.
a spring. The kids, the kids had this whole idea of this Memorial Day pool party. Hell no. Even with a heater, they couldn't get in it.
Aw.
So they're like, no, it's not gonna happen. So,
Where's that, Terry? Do you have a pool?
I don't. The Brits children have one up in
I
Massachusetts, and
see. Got it.
we're gonna have a Memorial Day pool party. Come on out, come on, come
Okay, I'll
on.
be
I'm
there.
like, yeah, I got enough to do with the class and everything. I'm not coming up for Memorial Day, sorry. Come up for Father's Day. No, that's the day after
Sue,
the.
what is the date at yours? I know I've asked you this probably three or four times, but I don't remember. When is the date again for you guys class at the folk school?
The next Sunday through, so it's the 8th through the 14th.
Okay.
So we will not be here on the 13th. I'm afraid we won't.
We won't. So
Okay.
So you're going to
just so you
have
can
to,
plan.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay.
Actually, we might do a drop. It depends.
yeah.
Okay.
If your
And-
daughter has an appointment, you'll do a
Right.
drop, please.
I'm sure our viewers will be happy regardless.
Right. So
So, Lori, while we're working on this, tell us a little bit about what we're going to do next month.
Yeah, so next month we're going to it's all gonna be about mindfulness and meditation and art.
Ah,
And
wonderful.
we're gonna do things like create collage papers, using doodles by hand and using a gel plate.
ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we'll have some fun projects around that. But it's gonna be all about using your art as a therapy, learning techniques for breathing. We're gonna learn some really cool doodle techniques.
Ooh,
Like
that sounds so
patterns.
much
So-
That
fun.
sounds great.
We have printables. We're gonna use calming color palettes. So I have a whole set of color palettes that you will be able to download for your inspiration.
Nice.
So we got a really good month in June planned. So if you have not joined, join us. I'd love to
Yeah,
see
that
you guys
sounds-
next month. I'm looking forward to it because I'm ready for some relaxation and meditation and some mindfulness in my art.
Yes, that sounds wonderful,
It
Lori.
does.
I love how you're planning it. So I've used this quinacridone Nicolanzo Gold to bring
Okay.
back my orange.
Oh, that looks
And,
great.
and I might have to, I've got a little bit too much of it, but I'm wondering if I could enhance a little bit of my just a little bit up in here, pull some of that same color in places up in some spaces up here. We'll see how that works. Just giving it a little bit more. And then
Well,
I
and
think
you're unifying it
I'm
too.
unifying it. That's it. Yeah, if I put
And
a
so
color, yeah, when I put a color down here, I really do want to put it up in a lot of times in a different space.
Mhm.
And that is unifying it just a little tiny bit. I feel like I'm missing a intensity of something here, but I may end up adding some gold. So
All right, I gotta let those dry a little bit.
that's where I'm running them. And
Yeah.
I just looked for my hair dryer and I went, oh, I left it at home because I have it ready to
I
take
think I'll
to
work with my stencils. On my
class.
new. Oh, you know what? I need to share this link with you guys. You guys wanted a link to these.
Oh, yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
These are so fun.
Yes, please share the link with us.
And
They are fun.
you get like 50 of them for less than $10.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I should get them so that I love the little ones and they'll be good. You know, cheap ones are great for the cold wax and oil class because they'll be nice and cheap. Okay. So I think I'm really liking that. What do you guys think? Nail, does it look like a Terry?
It totally looks
Yes,
scary now.
it
Absolutely.
does.
Okay, I'm much happier. I'm going to have to do something in here, but I think it's going to be a some little white flowers, and I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to do them with a stencil or not. So my next decision. Grab my stencils and see what I have for little white flowers today.
Yeah, I need to get some white in mine. More white.
Yeah, that's.
Maybe some mark making. Well, I gotta let that flower dry so I can get another layer on it.
Well, and I may do it, I'm thinking that I might do the little white flowers with well, I don't know, I kind of like that. Let me try this. I'm thinking I might do it with the mark making tools. Had a little white flower thing that I was hoping I had. But that one's too big. Again, I keep on struggling with half of my things are stencils are home and half of them are here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not the brightest, but hey.
And again, with these stencils, I don't like to leave them very stencily looking. I like to use them as a guide.
Yeah,
Right.
same
and
here.
make them my own.
Yep, me too. And sometimes I use things that just aren't even flowers,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know, that I decide that they're going to be something else. This one's one of my favorites, though, to make little white flowers. It might be a little big, though. See, I love it, but I think it might be a little big. Try one. And if I hate it, I hate it. I'll take it away. Where's my,
Oh, I think I have that stencil.
I love it for,
Yeah.
it makes a really interesting flower right in that very center.
Mm-hmm.
So I like,
I gotta try to push some more stuff back here.
but now I've lost my,
Let's see, what can I do?
okay.
That would get really dark.
So, oh, that's why you can't find my brush. It's on the floor. Okay. So I'm going to try this little white flower, but we'll see how it works.
I want to get rid of this stuff in the background. So I'm going to see, I'm using some glazing medium and some Quin Magenta, which is transparent as it is.
That's a good idea. You know,
And
I think I
just
saw Sean Petit do that recently.
Yeah, that's
with the
what I
glaze,
did.
with the glazing medium.
I
Yeah,
hadn't thought about that before, but I'm like, of course, that's a great idea.
yeah, I love.
It's probably only new to me though.
I found it in my stash. I must have used it a long time ago with something, and I was like, oh,
There's also a beautiful dark violet, golden, which I love, this permanent violet dark. Oh God, it glazes so wonderfully.
That's
oh
not
yeah, I have
But
permanent violet. No,
it's,
I don't. I have Quin Violet, which is
yeah, well,
translucent.
this is very transparent, permanent violet dark,
Uh-huh.
very transparent, and it works really well for a little something. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just a few little tiny whites in here. Just kind of, and I may end up toning it into a blue, I think is what's going to happen for it, or at least the center is going to get blue. There I go. I like that blue center.
Yeah, all of that shows
And,
anyway.
and then I may end up doing the outside a little different. So I have just a
How much of that is in a show?
bit of other.
Yeah, I can get all this back. Okay, I just need to get some whites in here. Hopefully I'll be able to call this done.
I am close to done on mine. I think I got too light on that one thing there. So I'm going to work on getting this a little bluer in the end.
I'm not gonna get done with, I'll keep going.
Well, you've got things to do today. You might not
Yes,
get
I do.
totally done today, but you'll get it another time.
Yeah, when I come in to do some
That's
more
right.
mindful art.
Right.
Yes, you'll be very mindful.
Yeah. But I kind of liking where he's going though. Really do.
I'm having fun here.
I do too. I'm having fun. This is good.
Yep, I'm really. I'm thinking I'm so much more happy with the colors that I have in here.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking that I just think I may have to, I like my centers being orange, so I think I may go back to an orange center, but I have to find some orange because I didn't bring any with me.
And red and yellow.
Can
Huh?
you please tell me which brand paints you use? I'm using mostly Liquitex stuff. I mean,
That's,
I'm using some of my Posca pens, but what brands of paints do you guys use?
well, this is, I use Amsterdam and I only use Liquitex and I use Golden.
Okay. Oh, golden is just
I love
Most of
Golden.
me too.
Yeah, most of mine, right, golden's expensive. Most of mine right now are Nova color.
Yes,
So I want to
and
try the Nova. Did you like get a whole set or?
I got the
So go ahead.
I got the Betty Frank set when it was on sale, which
Oh,
was
okay.
really nice because it has
That's
a
what I
lot.
started with too. I started with hers. And
Uh-huh.
then I've added colors as I've gone along.
You must
Um,
really like it.
I do. It's kind of medium body, which I really like.
Yeah,
Um,
I really like the Nova. but I'm so used to having this stuff out for classes. I'm not willing to put my
Right.
notes out for classes.
Right,
Makes
yeah.
any
Right.
sense?
Yes,
Because it's too expensive.
expensive for that.
So I'm here in the studio with my class stuff. And so for classes, I use a lot of the
Liquitex?
Liquitex, yes.
Yeah.
I use a lot of the Liquitex. I found that it just got too frustrating with students if I tried to use too cheap paints because they just can't get what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't really work. So I really think that I think I'm putting a table in. Do I want it to be that dark purple? I don't know. I want a really dark table in here. I want to ground it. But I may end up taking that quinacridone and or nickel azo gold, and if I put that on this, it's liable to turn a really pretty brown. I do love mixing colors. See, that makes a really pretty brown. There we go. And it's a very dark table. And this needs to come straight. Like the dark table.
So isn't that pretty amazing? You know, we're not even a half hour in, and you've totally transformed that painting from
I
what it
have.
was into something new.
Right.
That's what I love it. I love it. Good point.
You know, and I do, and I really enjoy the yeah, I enjoy the whole process, and I also transformed it into something that's more me.
Yes.
The biggest thing that as I was looking at it, I was kind of unconsciously morphing, doing you, and that's okay. But I looked at it and said, oh, well, and then I tried to do you when you weren't around, and then it became a caricature of you, and it wasn't working. So I'm like,
Were you missing me, Terry?
I was missing you. I needed you when you
that's
were
great.
around, but you
Uh-huh.
weren't. So it was like, oh my God, this is not good. I swear, lack of yellow is almost always my problem. Know whether I use a lot of it or what.
Where is my stuff?
Look at my stuff and like there's no yellow. I'm trying to make an orange for a center because I really want to make an orange center, but it's not really the orange I want. Maybe that's more the orange I want. So I really want an orange center in this, and it's got to be I think I'm going to have to go back to that because it's a little too, let me see, I want a little orange in there. I think I'm going to put a little bit of gold in places. I love gold too. I think it gives
Makes everything pop a little
it
bit.
does. It makes everything pop.
I know there's gold in the background of mine. I had added that.
Yeah, I like the little gold pops here and there. Okay, now I need to let it dry for a second. No, I don't know. I don't want gold there. It's not where.
Okay, well, ladies, guess what?
We're out.
We are out. It is exactly 11:30.
Oh,
Oh,
I
so
know.
we will. Hmm.
I was going to quick demonstrate my, if this is working, I was just going to quick demonstrate my fun stuff here. So
Okay, go ahead.
there's my quick demonstration. So how I make them all
Oh, yeah.
is I use this in a, it's not in a pen, it's in my bottle here.
Mhm.
Yes.
It
yes.
makes it really loose, and that really ends up real, and I'm never sticking between necessarily the lines. See how I just kind of play with it? So
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to see the difference that that makes. I love it. And then
Yes, it loosens the whole thing up and makes it much more fun.
right, it does. It loosens the whole thing up and it makes it much more fun, and it's not perfect in any way, and it just has fun. Okay, I don't have to do it all right now, but I wanted to just show people how you just put it in one of these needle nose bottles.
Right. And so, Terry, I have it too. So, your recipe is,
My recipe is a third of acrylic, a soft-bodied acrylic, a third of water, and a third of
that
the
medium?
matte medium. If you use the liquid acrylics, then you're just really putting, if you use like the golden liquids, you're only putting matte medium in it.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that's my recipe. Is yours
All right.
basically the same?
Basically, yeah. I
Yeah.
had started with a recipe from, I think it was Andrea Garvey.
Yeah, I think I
Um,
did. That may have been where I got mine too.
yeah. And then, yeah, I just kind of fiddle with it a little bit, depending if I want a little thicker or thinner.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's kind of what I do, and it really depends on the paint because
mhm.
sometimes when I get like when I first get the Novas, sometimes they are really um loose, kind of,
Yes.
and then they firm up. So when they're really loose, I've got to do a different kind of recipe than if they, you know, if they've been around for a while.
Mhm.
So it just is what it is. And
Great.
but yeah, okay, so we are done now.
We are
All
done
right, I
for
just wanted to put that
today.
little extra.
And
I love it.
I will see everyone next week.
Oh,
Okay, we are really looking forward to starting our mindfulness practice in our art.
and we will be mindful with you next week, Laurie. It's the week
Yes.
after that we won't be. Okay,
Okay, that's fine.
thanks.
All right.
All
Thanks
right,
for joining us.
everyone.
Thank
have a
you so
good
much,
day.
Corinne, for this month. It's been fabulous.
It has
Oh,
been
thanks.
awesome.
Glad everybody's had a good time and lots of good stuff going on. All right. Take care,
Okay.
ladies.